The problems that people have with me, they aren't my problems. So the idea of being petty or going back and forth, it's so beneath me because I don't have the problem. And
why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it?
Some people that I've kind of helped behind the scenes, and to see them attack, oh, I wouldn't have let him do this, I wouldn't have said that.
Kevin Hart might be considered Hollywood's top comedy figure, but behind his wide smile and those awkward fitness videos on Instagram, there's some questionable activity taking place. And right at the center of it all, Shannon Sharpe. This isn't your average celebrity squabble. It's beginning to look like a calculated power play playing out in public view.
Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, you know, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? and is that something that, you know, you wouldn't do, you know, for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. You know, for me, I know what they are.
Shannon Sharpe recently lost out on a $100 million deal, got hit with one of the year's most damaging lawsuits, and is facing accusations of inappropriate conduct from a 19-year-old OnlyFans model. But here's where it gets more complicated. Cat Williams has stepped into the spotlight and is pointing directly at Kevin Hart.
They've yet to been challenged, so, you know, I don't have to speak on them. I was asked to dribble a basketball on the talk show this morning.
You look
said
good
no to that. Not that was a dress, but I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta know that you're a brand.
According to Cat, this entire situation wasn't random. He believes it was orchestrated. And when you start looking at the details, things begin to line up quickly. Cat has criticized Kevin for years, but the pattern is starting to look too consistent. Each time Kevin moves up, another black entertainer seems to get pushed aside. Kevin has worked his way up with a smile, building an empire, but what if he's been quietly sidelining the very people who helped him get started? This shouldn't come as a shock. Cat Williams has never been a supporter of Kevin Hart, and he's never hesitated to speak out about it. The drama we saw on Club Shay Shay didn't start there. That was just the boiling point. The tension between Cat and Kevin goes way back.
Pope is 9-year-old Oscar nominee Quvenzhané Wallis.
Wow. Wow. I don't think anyone saw this one coming.
Quvenzhané Wallis, of course, the first African-American, the first female, and first child pope.
Cat was a major force in the early 2000s, owning the stage, the streets, and getting major Hollywood buzz. Then, almost overnight, his projects began disappearing. Roles that were initially lined up for him began going to Kevin, and Cat has made it clear he doesn't believe Kevin earned his success through hard work. He believes Kevin was strategically placed. Let's not forget Kevin made his Hollywood debut with Soul Plane, a movie that flopped badly. By all accounts, that failure should have ended his shot at stardom.
And what is the new Pope doing?
Pope Quvenzhané is lifting her arms into her signature muscle man pose.
Truly adorable, and everyone loves it.
Yet somehow, Kevin kept landing opportunity after opportunity, TV shows, movie roles, and before long, he became the go-to face for family-friendly films and major corporate campaigns.
He put this dress on, and what? The prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. You know.
Meanwhile, Cat Williams got labeled the unpredictable one, a troublemaker, unstable, even accused of substance issues. But here's the catch. Cat claims he wasn't spiraling, he was being deliberately undermined. And each time Cat faced a setback, Kevin seemed to benefit.
Pressure comes in. He said, I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be funny.
By the early 2010s, Hollywood had started pushing a trend that often involved dressing black male comedians in wigs and dresses for quick laughs. At the time, Kevin publicly stated that he would never go that route. Around the same period, Dave, Chappelle appeared on Oprah and went viral for saying he refused to wear a dress. He wasn't going to let Hollywood turn him into a stereotype for laughs.so. When Kevin later appeared in a dress, Kat saw that as confirmation. To him, Kevin wasn't just playing the game, he was fully embracing the Hollywood playbook. And that wasn't the end of it. Back when Kat's career was thriving, Hollywood's attitude toward him shifted rapidly. Suddenly, he was being portrayed as erratic and out of control. But if you look closely, most of those stories didn't come from law enforcement. They came from PR sources. Then came Kevin's appearance on The Breakfast Club, where he essentially held Kat responsible for his own downfall.
Good or bad. My frustration with Cat Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Cat was in that position at one point.
You were the guy. Yeah. You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You f***ed off promo shoots. You f***ed off your promo fucking trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios fucking with you.
But the question remained, why was Kevin so focused on criticizing someone who wasn't even a real threat anymore? That's where the speculation began. Some fans started to believe Kevin wasn't just defending his reputation, he was actively trying to remove Kat from the conversation altogether. Let's face it, Hollywood tends to favor the safe, dependable choice. And Kevin, he played that role to perfection, but Kat wasn't staying silent. He responded strongly after Kevin made those drug-related
some
claims.
execs.
I'm 44 years old. I get my blood tested every 3 months for the last 15 years. All narcotic tests have come up 0.00%. You look up my rap sheet. Have never had a DUI or a possession of anything. See, when you real, you can tell the truth about anything or anybody. I answer to no one but God.
Things
so when Kevin
to the point where Kat alleged that film roles originally written for him were handed over to Kevin. According to Kat, it all stemmed from his refusal to take part in scenes that involved serious misconduct or portrayed black men in a degrading light. One clear example was Friday After Next. Kat said he was pressured to shoot a scene where his character is assaulted in a restroom. He refused, stood firm on his decision, and walked away from the project. The result? He says he was blacklisted. Meanwhile, Kevin, who, according to reports, was willing to take on those roles, began receiving the parts Kat had declined. Fast forward to 2024. Kat Williams appears on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharpe's podcast, and delivers what became one of the most viral interviews of the year. The moment that caught everyone's attention, when he criticized Kevin Hart once again.
The fun fact about the New York Knicks, I don't know if you guys know this, but Cat Williams bought the Knicks.
He definitely bought it.
He bought the Knicks, and it's rumored that he took the Knicks back, returned them with a receipt.
You can do that. You didn't know you could do that.
The first person ever did.
Yeah. Oh, they gave him a 30-day policy.
He had it. Well, he bought it for 15 days
and returned it.
Yeah. That's another fun fact about the New York Knicks.
He made the team.
He played.
He played. Oh,
He played with the Knicks.
But Kat wasn't staying quiet. He clapped back hard when Kevin threw out those drug accusations. It got so deep that Kat claimed movie roles written for him were handed straight to Kevin.
He played with them.
We know he fast. They say he fast.
Yeah,
he run a
one of the fastest.
A 3.9. What you say? A sub 3.9. He figured out how to play basketball from reading all them books.
3,000 of them.
3,000 a year.
A year.
That's 2 a day. At 6 years old.
Many expected Kevin to respond directly, but he remained quiet at first. Then, out of nowhere, during an NBA broadcast, Kevin made several odd, seemingly off-topic jokes aimed at Kat. Viewers quickly picked up on it. They recognized it as a subtle jab. Kevin was trying to poke fun at Kat while keeping things light for the audience. But no one expected what came next. Shannon Sharpe himself began facing backlash.
Some people that I've kind of helped behind the scenes, and to see them attack. Oh, I wouldn't have let him do this. I wouldn't have said that. But you know what? It took me a long time, Cam, because when you play sports, you understand.
After that Club Shay Shay episode gained massive traction, Shannon's situation quickly began to unravel. Suddenly, he started losing major business opportunities. Guests canceled appearances, sponsors went silent, and long-standing brand partnerships vanished. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, a major lawsuit emerged. Gabriela Zuniga, a 19-year-old OnlyFans model, came forward with troubling allegations against Shannon. While many fans were shocked, some weren't entirely surprised because during That same interview, Kat had actually warned Shannon that something like this might happen.
And it was coming.
My date your age, date your age. Well, I want to date my wage. I'm finna shut all this ish down tonight. I want to date my wage.
Stay right there.
Where y'all at? Hey, chat, where they at?
And he did it more than once.
Women trying to shame older men into picking them. Because see, that's the competition. Older women ain't the competition with older women. It's them young ones.
Right.
It's them young ones that cut.
Yeah.
That'll do what you want.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me I'm independent. I pay my bills. I pay the cost to be the boss. You the boss by yourself.
All of this became fuel for speculation, and with Gabriella filing that lawsuit, Kat is convinced Shannon walked right into a setup. Let's break down the details of this unexpected legal case. Shannon Sharpe is now facing a $50 million lawsuit from 19-year-old Gabriella Zuniga. But let's be clear, Gabriella isn't just a random fan or someone with a clean-cut background. She's an OnlyFans model known online as She Is Carly. According to reports, Shannon met her at a gym and began a relationship with her last year when he was 54.
Now, I'm not going to say her first name, but the family name that she holds is Zuniga. I've been researching, trying to figure out if she's related to the Hollywood Zunigas. Because Daphne Zuniga has ties in some interesting areas behind the scenes. Melrose Place actress, does anybody remember?
Gabriella's lawsuit isn't light on details. It contains graphic and deeply troubling claims. She alleges that Shannon pulled her into a secret relationship, pressured her into disturbing race-based roleplay, made threats, recorded her without consent, and groped her on multiple occasions. She also claims Shannon entered her building without authorization and threatened her life if she ever tried to share her location or reach out for help. These are serious accusations. As soon as this story broke, people began connecting the dots, especially since the lawsuit was filed at the exact time Shannon was reportedly wrapping up a $100 million media deal. The timing felt either extremely convenient or highly suspicious. It raised questions. Could it really be a coincidence that this lawsuit appeared right when Shannon was finalizing a massive contract? Many began to think otherwise. The situation went from controversial to possibly calculated. People started asking how Gabriella Zuniga even got close to someone like Shannon Sharpe, and how her case gained legal momentum so quickly with strong backing behind it. That's when another unexpected twist surfaced. Jaguar Wright's name began to circulate.
Oh, damn, man, that Melrose Place, yeah, 1990s.
Yeah, Daphne Zuniga. She has ties, like I said, some very interesting Hollywood ties. So you messing with this girl who's a child. This man has children older than this girl. Am I lying?
Jaguar Wright claimed Gabriella wasn't just another social media influencer. She was allegedly connected to one of Hollywood's most influential families, the Zunigas. Yes, as in Daphne Zuniga from Melrose Place, who is said to be involved in the same elite circles as figures like Kevin Hart.
Mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't want to be smoked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice.
She claimed
Gabriella hold back. She stated outright that Gabriella was placed in Shannon's life intentionally. According to her, the entire situation was a setup from the beginning. And Gabriella didn't come empty-handed. She backed her claims with text messages, audio recordings, and other evidence. When Shannon tried to position himself as the victim, Gabriella escalated things by releasing a voice memo of him making highly inappropriate comments.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself.
The situation intensified when Shannon's own attorney confirmed that he had offered Gabriella $10 million to resolve the matter privately. Does that confirm guilt? Not necessarily, but it clearly shows he was under significant pressure. Picture It's Shannon losing deals one after another, his reputation under fire across social media. That's when speculation began about Kevin Hart possibly having influence behind the scenes. It's no secret Kevin has strong ties across the entertainment industry, major studios, networks, and streaming platforms. He's widely viewed as the industry's safe bet, polished image, award show host, business ventures, and even commercials with The Rock. If Kevin so much as hinted that Shannon was a liability, that alone might have been enough to trigger a fallout. Now, as for motive, Kevin had more than a few reasons to be upset. That Club Shay Shay interview went viral, and Kevin took most of the heat. Kat labeled him a puppet, a sellout, and implied he was aligned with Hollywood power players. And Shannon, he sat through it all without challenging a word. But Shannon didn't stay quiet for long. He came back with firm denials and launched a legal counterattack. His attorney, Tony Busby, the same lawyer who previously went after Diddy and even attempted to sue Jay-Z Shannon, pushed back hard, accusing Busby of targeting powerful black men and using the media to build a narrative of guilt. Still, by that point, the damage was already done. Sponsors had pulled out, and that $100 million media deal, it's now in serious jeopardy. The major deal Shannon was close to finalizing is now barely holding on, and Kevin Hart, he's remained completely silent. No tweets, no interviews, not even a subtle comment. But let's take a step back, because this situation isn't just about Kevin and Shannon anymore. It's starting to resemble a broader pattern. First, it was Cat Williams, then Monique, now Shannon Sharpe. And each time Kevin stays at the top, someone else seems to lose their footing. Shannon gave both Kat and Monique a platform, and shortly afterward, controversy followed. Deals fell apart, and media coverage shifted against him. He's now dangerously close to becoming yet another cautionary example in the industry, and who consistently walks away unaffected. Kevin, people are starting to take notice. Kevin doesn't just rise when others fall, he appears to gain from their downfall. Whether this is calculated or just an unfortunate coincidence, the perception isn't great. So, the question now is this: is Shannon facing consequences simply for aligning himself with outspoken figures like Kat and Monique? Or did he create problems for himself by getting involved in situations that gave the industry exactly what it needed to push him out? Let us know what you think in the comments. Make sure to like this video, share it with someone who should see it, and subscribe for more. Catch you in the next one.